try, see if we can get this body on this car without breaking it. Took me a couple tries to get the glass squared away, but it is in, and it is glued in nice. And I have not tried to push on it yet, because I'll be damned if I want to put it back on again. But what I wound up doing ultimately is using a little bit of white glue, just enough to get the windows to stick where I needed them. And then I came back with the Testors window maker, and I went ahead and reinforced it with a strong bead all the way around the outside edge. And I used the toothpick to kind of massage it in and really do my best. Now, this is not the kind of car you're going to see the interior from this side. I don't really intend to take this one apart once it's put together, even though I'm not really going to glue the body on, just because I don't want to risk putting more glue on it than is necessary. We had a little injury to our stripe back here. I'm a little upset about that. I'll probably come back and touch that up with some flat black. Maybe gloss it. I don't know. We'll see. I might work on that. I might just bite the bullet and put it up, because the rest of it, the important parts, everything is really looking pretty good. But anyway, so we're going to go ahead, put the nerves aside, and install this interior, and go ahead and get that bad boy going. This is about the last good long look we'll have at the interior, because this is a race car, and nice race cars tend to have very small windows, and this one definitely does. So here's the interior. Custom built race seat, photo etch steering wheel, custom built Lenco style shifter, custom battery so I could double up the battery boxes, custom roll cage, and the tubs. If you guys are looking for the first time, these are aftermarket, and so that I made them myself. That's why they don't fit the doors. That was before we started measuring things before we cut. You know, you'll heard the saying, measure once, measure twice, cut once. Well, this was more like eyeball for about a day and then slice it up, hope for the best. Anyway, so we're putting them together today, and gonna go ahead and document the most of this assembly as much as I possibly can. That way you guys can see this bad boy come together all in one shot. And maybe if some of you guys are working on the same car and having trouble putting it together, you might see my method and go for it. Anyway, first part's tight fit, but I go ahead and I slide those tubs in nice and easy. This is going to be the new challenge right here, is finding a way to get this firewall in here and underneath. There we go. I think we're in. I just got to stretch these bad boys around without knocking the glass out now. One at a time, nice and easy. Square the front up. Push that firewall into place. Ooh, that doesn't seem to like it there. Looks like we've got a fit. Looks like we've got a fit, boys and girls. Just a few more little odds and ends to even up, and we should be good to go. That one goes right together. All that custom fab, boys and girls. And it slides right in there. How about that? Only on the third or fourth try, right? There's that end. Make sure that ass end looks good. And there we have it. Everything's where it belongs. All these lines, these are where we'd probably glue it if we were going to glue it. So the body's in. There we go. 68 Charger. Chassis body mated. I'll take a peek at the directions, figure out the next step, and we're gonna go from there. Alright fellas, we are getting ready to do it. Next part is gonna be the engine. Engine goes in next, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull that engine over here, take a good look at it, and then we'll go ahead. Alright guys, let me introduce you to our 426 Hemi. This is the one that came with the kit. Kind of extensively modified, depending on what you call modified. I opted not to use the standard style intake and built this supercharger that you see right here. And I built that out of some basic styrene, put a few pieces together, and then went to work on it with one of my Swiss files. So anyway, we built that, custom fit it, and then went ahead and used the stock carburetors to make the riser for the intake. So the intake was an adventure, to say the least. I went ahead and used pieces of a Bic lighter to make my fuel rail, which you can see right there, and Bic lighters for my pulleys. So I took a page out of the old Rats, Rods, and Rust book and crankified my engine a little bit. Went ahead and did the ignition, and once this is installed, I intend to go ahead and plumb it as best as I can. It may be tricky because it'll be a tight fit, and I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do about getting all that squared away. But that's our engine right there in its glory. I custom extended this fan. If you look closely, you'll see that I built that in there. And then painted it in phases, and we'll see how it goes. So this one's going to go in right here. It's kind of funny because fits mostly like the way a car would go together in real life. You had to pull the tranny and the engine out. And it goes in there pretty effectively. I like the way this one reasonably snaps in. So we've got that. We've got our ignition wires. I'm going to run those. We're going to do some other fun plumbing and such. We'll go inside that. So here we are, a little look at the engine inside. Starting to look mean, boys. Starting to look mean.